to Rockhampton, where residents remain on high alert tonight. The Fitzroy River has stabilised at 9.2 metres, slightly lower than the expected peak. However, severe weather is now being forecast for the area, bringing more rain. The size and scope of this natural disaster is unprecedented in Queensland, and today the Bligh government announced a flood recovery task force led by Major General Mick Slater. Shortly I'll be speaking to the Rockhampton Mayor, but first this report from Annie Guest.
As the sun rose over the flood-ravaged town of Rockhampton, many were hoping it would mark a turning point for this city. With the Fitzroy River predicted to peak as high as 9.4 metres, it would signal the beginning of the end of a crisis that has seen hundreds of homes flooded and thousands of lives disrupted.
You grab a bit here and there, but you feel so sick in your stomach you can't eat much.
Oh, it's been pretty hectic because we were unsure of how much water was going to come.
It's believed the river peaked lower at about 9.2 metres.
We know we've hit the peak, so now after it hits, wait a day or two and then we've got the homeward run.
Mark and Alison Ford moved here with their daughter Elizabeth from Sydney 5 years ago. Despite never experiencing a major Rockhampton flood before, they opted to stay in their island home.
Our chest freezer and washing machine are both floating.
My mother's going to kill me. We've lost her old fridge that she lent me when I moved up here. There's been some of Elizabeth's toys and everything like that.
The barbecue.
Yeah, the barbecue. The gas bottle should still be all right, but...
I got that up the other day.
There's a lounge under there that we've lost as well, so, outdoor settings.
Mark and Alison Ford can't get to their jobs where they sell spectacles, but even if they could, there's little stock left.
I just think of all my poor customers that have been wanting their glasses and everything else. They're probably having trouble seeing because they haven't got their new glasses. I can't supply them because we just can't get anything up here.
But for some, the fact that the river has stopped rising doesn't ease their anxiety. Cherie Morgan won't feel better until it's over.
You don't get much sleep, that's for sure. You just hear the water and you think, when you're asleep, you're not asleep because your mind's just thinking all the time, where is it going to go? And then you hear boats just roaring past in the middle of the night, making all the bow waves. They've got to slow down a bit, that's for sure.
What are the boats doing in the middle of the night?
Well, they're probably coming to pinch stuff out of people's houses, I'd say.
Cherie Morgan's husband Richard is a truck driver, but there's no delivery work for him because supplies aren't coming through the flooded highway south of Rockhampton. So they're relying on her kitchen hand salary to feed them and have appealed to their bank to suspend their mortgage repayments. The Morgans have taken shelter in a caravan park, but return almost every day to collect more of their things and check on their home.
Not very nice, that's for sure. Very scary, really. We've seen someone's TV floating yesterday. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice to see that. You feel sorry for those people as well. So we've lost quite a few cupboards and pool tables and everything we couldn't move, and there's a lot of other stuff under the house, tools, and my son's room's under the house. He's lost his bed and a few cupboards in his room and a washing machine and stuff we couldn't move upstairs.
At the Rockhampton Showgrounds, a number of people, livestock and cars are staying dry on the higher ground here. 42-year-old Shane Muirhead brought what he could from his swamped home.
Mate, we've got a bit of everything from under the house and out of the sheds. We've got our lawnmower, I've got a couple of scooters and stuff that we use for work. Some birds, dogs. Only thing we haven't got is a cat. What's happening, Peter?
Oh, water everywhere.
From here, he continues his job as an operations manager for a local security company.
Still be boating them in and out from Hastings.
Shane Muirhead has to send his security guards to look after major industrial operations that have been shut down and isolated because of the floods. One of those companies is an engineering works called Hastings Deering that employs 600 people.
So we've actually got to twice a day boat them guys out to Hastings in a boat and boat them back in the afternoon, carrying fuel out and back to keep the generators running at Hastings for the computer system. So, we're very busy.
Sometimes the only safe place for his guards is the roof.
There's a lot of snakes, and I mean a lot, like every 100 yards you will see a snake, and they're just everywhere.
One of the biggest fears of the locals is the problem of looting.
We've had a couple of people hanging around, like in boats and stuff. I don't know if they've been looting or they were just sightseeing, but yeah, they probably shouldn't have been where they were, but they were, so they could have been looters, you know what I mean?
Outside of Rockhampton, the mining industry is counting the multi-billion-dollar loss, with many coal mines unable to operate. Farmers are also watching the costs mount. Crops have been annihilated and other producers are also struggling. Anne Kirk is from a cattle property outside of Rockhampton, and she's bracing herself for the clean-up and fencing repairs when she returns.
And of course you can't get your heavy machinery down there. It's all done usually with four-wheel motorbikes, and so it's very difficult to do it as the water goes down because of and a lot of your wire gets totally submerged in mud and sand and everything, and so that's very hard to do.